Hello there, how are you? If you take a quick look on the left hand side of the screen, you will see things look very different to when you were last here. We are now 19th in the table, 7 points clear of the relegation zone, 13 points clear of our rivals Northampton, who we beat in the last episode to go 4 points ahead of. So, as you can imagine, things have been absolutely exceptional. So before we get in today's FA Cup second round game against Vanarama South side Welling United, we will talk all about it. Let's get into it, shall we? Yes, welcome to another episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds, here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds. And yeah, we are on an absolutely incredible run of form. It's come out of absolutely nowhere. So before we get into today's FA Cup second round game, where of course we go up against a team 2 divisions below us in the pyramid at home, with the chance of getting to the third round for the second time in our history. Before all of that, let's talk about this amazing turnaround we've had. You can see Glenn Sanney is now our top scorer with 9 goals this season, and he's got our highest average rating. And that kind of gives you a big clue as to what has caused this turnaround. Glenn Sanney has been absolutely sensational. £220 a week, more than well spent, thank you very much. He's got 9 in 12 in the league, 9 in 15 in all competitions. He is the current League 2 Player of the Month. He is absolutely tearing it up. Absolutely love you, Glenn Sanney. He has shot us up the league. And if we take a look at results, when you were last here, we of course beat Leyton Orient in the FA Cup and then Northampton in the big local derby at the bottom of League 2. And since then, we've only lost 1. We have won 5 and, we have won 4 and lost 1 of the last 5. We have only lost once in how many now? The last 9 games. This is absolutely incredible. I don't know where it's come from, apart from, like I said, the obvious fact that Glenn Sanney is just absolutely tearing things up in League 2. Absolutely incredible. And even more so when you realise our last 2 games were against first and second in the league. Salford are the runaway leaders in League 2, and we beat them 3-2. We'll come to that in a second because I want to show you exactly how all these results have come about. We took on Doncaster after beating Northampton. They were 5th in the league when we played them. Look at this. We dominated the game. We had 6 shots on target, 13 overall, and we got a lovely 3-0 win. Glenn Sanney got 2, but it was James Price who opened up the scoring, assisted by Melicio. And you can see that for Glenn Sanney's goals, Schofield was an absolute architect. He came off the bench and assisted both goals. He has now been getting more game time, the on-loan man. Now, something has gone horribly wrong here. I'm clicking on Schofield's name. Oh, there you go. It goes into it now. Gavin Schofield, on loan from Bristol City, doesn't cost us a penny. He's developing brilliantly. He's just turned 19. And you can see in 14 games, he's got 3 assists and a goal now. And he's really starting to come good, even if his average ratings there don't look incredible. His 13 passing and 15 vision, combined with the 13 decisions and 16 first touch, have just been proving to be absolutely superb. What a great little playmaker he looks. He's really bringing it together now. And this game against Doncaster was absolutely sensational. Even more so when you realise that Pablo Martinez was not in the defensive line for this one. Cole and Watkins partnered each other. They were both superb. Yeah, it was back-to-back wins and things were looking really good. So when we then went and lost 3-0 away at Accrington, I wasn't too concerned. I made lots of changes for this game. Glenn Sanney was rested. Mikhail came in and didn't perform particularly well. Hodgin also came in for Duffus on the left. Duffus needed a rest as well. It was Schofield, Sheriff and Walsh were in the midfield, while Martinez had a bit of a nightmare at the back. But yeah, I was kind of willing to accept this. You can see it wasn't a bad performance. I put it down to the changes. I put it down to the fact that we were resting a few players. I wasn't going to get overly concerned by the performance. The only downer was that Pablo Martinez was sent off in the second half. As we were losing, I did go to get stuck in, and of course that resulted in a sending off. So yeah, it was a defeat to put an end to our short little unbeaten run, but like I say, I wasn't panicking. We'd won 3 in a row, including the FA Cup game. We were 5 unbeaten. I thought, yeah, give the lads a bit of slack. You know, we did change things up, but that did mean that when we took on Ebbsfleet, who are down there at the bottom of the league, struggling to stay out of the relegation picture, it did mean it was important to get a win. And you can see we absolutely dominated this game. And it was Glenn Sanney, 15 minutes from time, who got the winner. It was a full-strength team here, apart from Cole coming in at the back with Pablo Martinez being injured. Apart from that, we were at pretty much full strength. Only Sheringham not involved. I think he might have been suspended himself this game. But yeah, we came out with the win. So that was fantastic. It meant 3 wins out of 4 in the league. It did lift us out the relegation zone. We were up to, I think, 19th. And that meant that when we went away to second place Shrewsbury, the pressure was off. I was sort of quite happy if we went there and came away with nothing. But in the end, we really did play well. Shrewsbury played this. They played that 5-2-1-2, which personally I think is tactically very, very easy to deal with in Football Manager 22. So I was pleased to see Shrewsbury playing that formation. And well, that was how it played out. You can see that we were 3-0 up after half an hour. Have a look at the goals in this one. We weren't playing to get stuck in, which we didn't need to worry about at all. And yeah, have a look at these goals. So an early goal from a corner, Joshua Duffus having a fantastic season, and it was a corner which again made the difference as Sanney got in at the back post, and it was then Melisio setting up Sanney. The goalkeeper hesitated. 3-0 up in the second half. A brilliant Eccles free kick. Threatened to get them back in it, but they couldn't add to it. We were the better team. A lot of the shots there, you see that Shrewsbury did have 10 shots in the end. A lot of that was late on in the game as they were pushing to try and salvage something. But yeah, an unexpected 3-1 win away against the second place team. I mean, that just took all the pressure off. Absolutely fantastic. So then when we welcomed first place Salford, who are just absolutely running away with it in the league, to get a win in this game was absolutely incredible. You can see even more so because James Sheringham was sent off in the 65th minute. We were 2-1 down. We were 2-1 down with 18 minutes to play, and somehow with 10 men, we ended up getting all 3 points. You can see we only had 4 shots on target the whole game. But look at this game. They dominated the first half and deservedly went 1 up. We did not have a shot on target first half. Second half, we got it together. Cartwright getting a rare start, heading in off another set piece before a horrible mistake allowed them to go 2-1 up. This was when we were down to 10 men, but Schofield gets a penalty. It was then 1 in the last 10 minutes. Milicio, believe me, he was onside, back heeling in to give us the 3 points. Absolutely amazing. Sheringham's red card came about here because in the first half we had not had a shot on target. I selected to get stuck in for the second half along with a few other changes, and of course, as seems to be the case with this current update, going get stuck in really means your players just get headless. So yeah, we went down to 10 men, but somehow dug it out. And as you can see from the team sheet, James Price didn't start, Duffus didn't start. We had Cartwright come in at the back. We made a number of changes for this game, thinking about the FA Cup tie coming up. I had kind of written it off. I thought there's no way we're going to beat the runaway leaders in the league. But in the end, we got the 3 points. It's absolutely sensational. And all that means that, yes, you can see Salford are still 10 points clear of Stevenage at the top of the league. But we are now 7 points clear of relegation. I don't think it's anywhere near job done yet. I'm not getting carried away, but we've got to bask in this little bit of glory we're getting. It's fantastic. We are currently League 2 Manager of the Month. Sani is Player of the Month, and Milicio was 3rd place in Young Player of the Month. So we're in a good moment. It's nothing more than that. If we don't keep this going, we could get sucked back into it. But I'm really pleased with how things are going right now. Before we start talking about FA Cup, I want to just fill you in a little bit on a staff situation. I didn't talk about it in pre-season because that was a bit of a long episode, and well, there's been other important things going on since then, but I didn't tell you that we now have a head of youth. Chris Dawson. He is a young man who I believe has just retired as a player. He's 34 years old. He looks a decent head of youth look. He's got his National A license, so he's got to get a few coaching certificates done. But I mean, 15 judging player ability and 14 judging player potential at our level is exceptional, and 17 working with youngsters. I'm hoping he can be a head of youth who develops with us, and hopefully in the future gives us some very good young players. It says here that he was a player with Rushden and Diamonds. I must confess, I don't remember him at all. Did he actually play with the first team? Let's have a look. Career stats. So where's that then? It says he was a player with Rushden and Diamonds. What am I not seeing? It says right there, 2022 AFC Rushden and Diamonds player. So how did that come about? Maybe he was on trial with us. Maybe he was on trial and we didn't sign him, and that's why I don't remember him. But there you go. So he had a little bit of a connection with the club, which I was totally unaware of. But yeah, I'm hoping now, the last few years, we've had nothing coming through the youth development system. I'm sure it's largely because we have no reputation, we have poor training facilities and poor youth development coaching. I'm sure it's more that than anything to do with the lack of a head of youth development in the past. But I thought I'll make the investment. We've got a head of youth now. Hopefully we might be able to get in the next few years maybe at least one player who can come in and do a job in the first team. So there you go. Welcome Chris Dawson. He is now part of the team. Now let's start talking about this FA Cup second round game. As we've said, we've had a huge bout of luck to get drawn against a Vanarama South team at home in the second round of the Cup. It really does give us a superb chance of making the third round and hopefully a very lucrative game. They are 5th in the National League South, so they're not a bad team. They've been going well, and yeah, I mean, as long as we do a professional job, look at this. They also play that horrible 5-2-1-2 formation, which I think plays right into our hands. They've got Ramoni Geerling. He looks a half decent midfielder, doesn't he? Let's scout him. He's at least got good passing and an exceptional first touch. Looks like he can do a bit of tackling, and he's got great vision. So the 21-year-old, he might be a decent little playmaker, previously at Luton. So we'll have a look and see if he's anything worth getting excited about. But he can't play today or tomorrow. It is actually the 1st of December. It is Friday. So it's tomorrow, the game. What else have Welling United got going on? Beerwish, he's got 8 goals this season. From what we can see, looks like he might be half decent. And Blanchard, he looks pretty shocking, the 17-year-old. Dimitriadis, we know nothing about him, so there you go. But he's having a decent season as well. So it's a team we should be beating. It does give us a really good opportunity. This is the team I'm looking at going for. I've got to see how Igor Luiz and Schofield and Glenn Sani, for that matter, I've got to see how they're doing tomorrow in terms of their fitness. But we've got a bit of a break after this game, so I do want to try and go full strength. So it's going to be Tommy Reed in goal, Igor Luiz at right back, Armitage at left back, Martinez and Watkins in the centre of defence. Cartwright is going to be playing defensive midfield, and that is because Sheringham is suspended and Lamine Sharif is absolutely knackered. So Cartwright can play there. He's going to come in, but he's been complaining that he wants to go out on loan. So I've promised him more playing time. So yeah, I'm under a bit of pressure. He did start the last game, and of course he scored, which was fantastic. I mean, he does offer us a lot in terms of his 6'4" frame, 17 jumping reach, which has improved, I think, since he came to us. 13 determination, along with that jumping reach, fantastic at set pieces. So yeah, he's going to get the nod as the defensive midfielder. We'll see if he can get a bit of good form going. And yeah, that aside, Youssef Cole will be on the bench. He's also a little bit unhappy at the lack of game time. Dowling, our substitute right back, will be also on the bench. He's been tailing off in training. He needs to play more games, really. I mean, it's down to that. He needs game time. Mikhail will be on the bench as well, with Sharif, along with Fran Hodgin, Bailey Kadamari, and Mark Scully, the non-league. Oh, the non-league? We're not non-league anymore. The League 2 Peter Crouch. Liam Welsh is still in. What? Liam Welsh? I'm really struggling today, aren't I? Liam Walsh is returning to training in 4 days. That's going to be great. We sent out on loan, of course, Shay Marsh, who's now injured. He's at Barrow. Yeah, I wish I'd not been so keen to send him out on loan. I should have kept him around a bit. With Walsh's injury, he would have definitely played some games, but he is now in the Vanarama National League, unavailable to me. Yeah, he would have got game time, but with the little bit of fixture congestion that we had. But yeah, I moved early on that. I should have kept him around. But yeah, there you go. Apart from that, Hughes and Gibbs, still no takers for them. Want to try and get them moved out in January at least. Apart from that, we're down to the bare bones because Dover is injured. Joe Evans, how long has he got left? He's coming back in 5 days, which is fantastic. Malicio is injured. He's just out. I think there you go. He's got a virus. He's got a cold. He's out for just 3 days, so misses this game. And James Sheringham is suspended at least for one more game. Hopefully they don't extend it. But there you go. So yeah, it's bare bones to take on Welling in the FA Cup. So let's go forward and let's see if, as the favourites, we can advance to the third round for the second time in our history and hopefully get a nice little payday. But yeah, let's get past that game first. I'll come back in just a second when we're ready to take on Welling. All right, here we go then with the moment of truth into this game against Welling. We could really do with getting that third round game, not just for the glory, but yeah, with those £40,000 a month loan payments for the new stadium, we are hovering in the black at the moment. I'm actually pretty pleased that we've managed to be 45,000 in the black in December. So I think that's pretty good going, really. I think that's probably because we've got such a low wage budget. Any money we earn is kind of straight into the coffers. But yeah, we're keeping our heads above water. But getting to the third round and maybe getting one of those huge away days that you dream of, Manchester United away maybe, I mean, that would surely bring in well over £1 million. That would set us up for the next couple of seasons, I would think. So that's what we're hoping for. So let's get into the tactical meeting. So they are playing that horrible formation. I think we're going to be well suited to deal with it. How is our fitness looking? I mean, all our players they've got a full heart, haven't they? They've got a full heart. Some of them are light green, but I think we can be perfectly happy with that. So we've got Sharif and Kadamatri, who probably shouldn't really be involved today. Am I going to make any changes for them? I mean, they're on the bench, so I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Maybe they can come off the bench. I just don't want to put Hughes and Gibbs in and give them any hope of playing a game, and then they might not want to go if we get any offers for them. So I'm sure Gibbs has already turned down 2 moves to the Vanarama National League. So yeah, I don't want to give him any encouragement. So let's get forward with the squad as it is. And let's try and get this job done. I mean, it should be, in theory, pretty straightforward. Yeah, let's go with our assistant. Let's keep that good run going. Give everybody a little G up. There you go. They all seem to be responding pretty well. And what shall we do tactically? I mean, we're going to put Cartwright on their number 10. Outside of that, I don't feel like I really need to do anything. Do I put Price on their left back? I think I probably will. Well, I don't know. You see, I don't know if I need to follow their left wing back, because Igor Luiz is going to automatically pick up their left wing back when he goes forward. So all I'm going to do, we're going to play with a bit more width, and we are going to play out to the fullbacks, and that side, I think we should be pretty good. I'm not going to make any other changes here, apart from to play narrow in defence. And yeah, let's see if we can get an early stranglehold on this game, settle the nerves. You can see one side of the ground at least is pretty full. I was hoping with it being FA Cup that we might get another full house, even with weak opposition. Hardly any away fans in the stadium, so yeah, it might be that it's not a great crowd. Our home game against Northampton was actually our record crowd, so that brought in a decent amount of cash. Again, if we get to the third round, whoever we get, if we were to get drawn at home, and I mean, I'm chatting away here, and we need Reed to make a spectacular save to keep us level in the game. It's not been the best of starts. Here I am talking about the third round, and we are at the moment not doing a very good job of getting through the second. So yeah, let me focus on the game here. We have had more shots. Now, because of the weakness of the opposition, I'm going to go attacking and I'm going to demand more of the players. Let's see if they can come up with anything for us. I mean, it's a really poor XG, a 0.5. We have had 5 shots on target, but not a highlight to speak of. And that is a disappointing first half. And you can see the stadium is probably only about a third full. So it's not going to be a great day. Yeah, I don't like what I've seen either. I'm going to go with the assistant. The players respond. I'm going to stick with the same tactics right now. Let's see how that goes. Early throw in there. We lose the ball, but we do get it back. Can we put it back into a danger area? Martinez and Igor Luiz on the right. Nowhere to go from there, really. Into Price. Price finds Duffus. Very nicely done. But Duffus has it stolen off his toe there. And is that the end of the highlight? It is. No, we're straight into the throw-in. Headed away. They are defending for all their life at the moment. And you have to say they're doing a decent job of it. But we get it back. Duffus again has it taken away from him. And Beerwish is on the break now. Did I call him Beerwish before, or did I perhaps call him Beerwash? I have no idea. Beerwash probably sounds better. I like the sound of a Beerwash. And yeah, do I start thinking about changes? We're getting highlights in this second half, but very little has come from them. I am going to make some changes here, tactically at least. Cartwright is absolutely shattered. Do we need him? I mean, they're playing with a number 10, but do we need him? What shall I do here? I think I'm going to take off Igor Luiz, and I'm going to get, do you know what? I'm going to get Anthony Dowling in. He needs games. He's barely played since we signed him. Do I make any other changes here? Agyapong has been disappointing. I mean, we've got a host of perhaps more creative midfielders on the bench. Fran Hodgin, Marinos Mikhail. Do you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that for now. I am gonna ask them to be more expressive, and I'm gonna ask them to play extremely wide. What else can we do here? I'm going to push up onto them a little bit more. I'm going to leave it at that right now. I mean, we're dominating the game in terms of stats. So just Dowling coming on at right back. And we get another highlight here with a throw. Can we break down this stubborn Welling defence? You have to say they've played well. They've limited us to a small number of highlights. And what else can I change here? We need something. We need something to make the difference here as Price goes into Agyapong. Agyapong into Sani. And Agyapong from distance forces a corner. Still no nearer to the goal. I mean, it wasn't a great chance, was it? It was a shot from a long way out. And now Sani heads over. 10 minutes to go. What am I going to do here? Cartwright is shattered. I'm going to bring on Lamine Sharif there. I don't want to change out James Price because I can't remember if we perhaps have to go to penalties. Is this one of those games where there's no replay? What sort of penalty does Joshua Duffus take? A 4. So he's got a terrible penalty on him. What players on the bench take a decent penalty? I mean, Hodgin takes an 8. Look at his development. He's developing nicely, isn't he? He, of course, had Notts Forest and I think West Brom interested in him at the end of last season. Mikhail takes a half-decent penalty. Kadamatri, he doesn't. I think I'm going to bring Fran Hodgin in for Duffus. And if we do go to penalties, we've at least got a little bit of a better penalty taker there. Let's. I can't give another shout right now. We're into the last 5 minutes. I'm going to encourage, but This is either going to extra time or a replay. I mean, we've dominated the game. And is that the end of the game? We go to the dressing room? No, we go to extra time. Right, come on. Right, we've got to get this done now. I don't want this to go to penalties. I mean, it's just an absolute lottery, isn't it? We've got to get this done in extra time, surely. We've made our changes. And we are needing the boys to come up with something here. They get it away, but it's dealt with. Hodgin out to Armitage. Can he get a good cross in here? I'm sure he will. He doesn't. He gets it to Agyapong. Still no cross into the box. Really struggling to break him down. Hodgin to Sani. And was that not a penalty? On the 3D match highlights, that looked a stonewall penalty. I mean, look at them. They've got everybody behind the ball. They really are defending for all their life is worth. And Hodgin has put a sitter over the bar. Unbelievable. Do we get an extra change here? I don't think we do. It's crossed in. And now Watkins heads over. This is criminal. We've had 27 shots at goal. And we are on our way to penalties right now. Come on, boys. There's got to be a winner in this game, surely. The amount we've dominated. Agyapong, back to Sharif. Is someone going to be the creative spark we need here? Dowling to Schofield. Price. Dowling looking for a cross now. It's into Sani. And is that onside? It's not. I knew it was off. I knew it was off. I didn't even have to look. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm gonna, do you know what's just gone on there? It's asked me to confirm change. I have no idea what the changes were. Agyapong is injured. Have I got a sub here? I haven't. Can I bring Mikhail on? I can't. I've got no sub and we are down to 10 men. We've got 11 minutes to go. This is absolutely terrible. I'm going to ask Price to mark their left wing back. Do I get Hodgin to come in on their midfielder? Which midfielder would it be? Would it be Boateng or Dunn? I'm going to ask him to mark Boateng and let's see who Schofield would automatically be marking. Alright, so he would be marking Boateng. Right, I'm going to make Schofield a deep line playmaker here. So he's marking Boateng. Who do I put Hodgin on? Put him on Boateng as well. So let's move him to Dunn. And that should hopefully mean we are no worse off without the ball. Do I take this risk? Does this not just seem set up for us to lose this? They've only had one shot on target all game. There's going to be no more highlights. It's penalties. I don't believe it. And our penalty takers are absolutely shocking. Schofield, Hodgin. Oh, who do I go with? Lamine Sharif, Pablo Martinez, Lee Watkins, Armitage and Dowling. Oh my goodness, and Glenn Sani has only got 4 penalty taking. Do I really want him 9th? Do I trust Armitage and Dowling above Glenn Sani? I'm going to move him up there. Oh my word. Oh, I don't know what to say. Oh dear. What is going to happen here? Are we going to miss out on this glorious opportunity? Oh dear, Jones has put Welling well in front there with a great penalty. Come on, Pricey, don't let me down, son. Well done, Pricey. Oh, this is awful. They had one shot on target the entire game. 90 plus extra time, and Walsh has missed for them. Schofield, he scored in the last game from the penalty spot. And he's missed here. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Come on, Reedy. Get in, Reedy. Come on. Come on, Hodgin. Don't let me down. You've been brought on specifically to take a penalty. He puts it away. Come on. Boateng to keep Welling in it. Oh, it just sneaks in off the post. A perfect penalty. Come on, Lamine Sharif. Lamine Sharif, the finest goal that you're ever gonna see. Come on, Lamine. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Lamine Sharif. Right, come on, get back on it. Woods puts it away, and we are now under pressure. Is it Pablo Martinez? Pablo Martinez. I believe he's wearing the captain's armband. With Gibbs and Hughes not involved, it comes down to the captain, and he's put us into the third round. Wonderful stuff. It may not have been pretty. It may have taken 120 minutes plus penalties. But we are in the third round of the FA Cup for the second time. Oh my goodness. I am not pleased at our lack of goal scoring ability there. But credit to Welling. I mean, they defended for all they were worth, didn't they? They really didn't give us anything easy. And right, well, I am now going to come back for the FA Cup third round draw. We will finish today's episode looking at the draw and seeing if we can get that huge away day against a Premier League side maybe. Let's see what happens. With Bromley beating Morecambe, Bromley are going fantastically well. It wasn't that long ago they were with us in the National League, and here they are. Here they are, pushing for a promotion place. And we are still sitting in 19th, which is nice, and still 7 points clear of Sutton. So there you go. I will be back in just a moment, and we will see who we get in the third round. Be right back. Well, bad news about Samuel Agipong. He's out for a month. Really disappointing. He's been great since he got into the team this season. And it leaves us another one short in midfield. Such a shame that I sent Shane Marsh out on loan. I think he would have been getting a number of games which would have been really good for his development. But yeah, that's a big one. Agipong has been a huge part of why we've managed to turn our season around. And it's a good job that Liam Walsh is coming back now. But yeah, disappointing to be without Samuel Agipong for the next month. But there you go. That's how these things go, isn't it? Let's get in. Oh, do you know what? I was about to do the third round. And because I clicked continue, I skipped the third round draw. Oh, never mind. Well, as you can see, we got Tranmere. There you go. That's exciting, isn't it? Tranmere. Okay. Well, we're at home, and the good thing is it's another struggling League One team. Yeah, I mean, you've got to think the form that we're on and the fact that Tranmere are only 5 points above relegation or above the relegation zone would perhaps bode well. What tactic do they play? All right, so they play with a number 10, so they're going to come and attack us. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see how things go against Tranmere in the second round then. Yeah, there you go. When is that going to be? That is the 7th of January, the FA Cup third round. I think we will come back. Should we maybe just come back for that and do a double header? You can see we've got Blythe Spartans in the FA Trophy. I guess as holders, we have to play the FA Trophy this season. I don't really want to play in it. I guess it'll be a chance to play some of the reserve players, but our squad's not that big, so there's going to be some guys that are going to end up pretty tired. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think looking at this, what I would probably look to do is come back for Chesterfield at home and then Tranmere at home in the FA Cup, or even Tranmere at home then Colchester at home. But yeah, we'll see what's happening. We've got a little spell here to get a number of games played, hopefully get ourselves comfortable in mid-table. That would be the aim. But as I said, I'm not taking anything for granted, and particularly not after drawing 0-0 at home with a Vanarama National League South team. So yeah, there you go. We will be back for the next episode for perhaps another league game, but certainly for Tranmere at home. And could we maybe reach the fourth round? That would be special, wouldn't it? I will see you on the next one. If you've enjoyed this video, drop a like on it. Drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you for the next episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds, when hopefully we get an FA Cup third round victory against Tranmere. See you on the next one. Bye for now.